Hey, what's up guys? This is Roski coming at you from pixeltrip.com. So today we're going to be taking a look at Plants vs. Zombies and the World of Warcraft Cataclysm edition, of course. I'll definitely say they implemented it very well in this game. I was kind of doubtful. I heard about it, but I never really gave it a try. But then I heard, you get a cool little sunflower pet, so I figured I'd give it a try. So yeah, the basics, it was a game released around May of last year. Essentially, you gotta use your little flowers here to fight off all the zombies, or else they're gonna get in your house and eat your brains, and that's never a good thing, obviously. So yeah, pretty much you need to pick up the solar power. Once you get that, obviously you can see your little bar, it fills up. And then you're going to want to lay down as many sunflowers as possible. That's something I didn't realize. I thought they did. I thought you just had to build a certain amount to protect them. For some reason, I never played the original game. So yeah, the more sunflowers you have, the more solar power you generate. And obviously, the more attack or slower down or walls or pretty much anything you can build, you need solar power for. So obviously, the more the better. I'm just going to give a few pointers here. It's not going to be too crazy in depth. But, essentially, like I said, you want to build up the sunflowers. Don't get, discouraged. It took me a couple times to really get the hang of it. I kind of took the advice of Joe over at Pixel Trip, and he told me to use the last 2 rows and fill them completely with sunflowers. It seems to work the best way, because, it will seem a little sketchy in the beginning. You're going to think that the zombies are going to be able to get to it. But as you can see here, you just kind of build them up as you can, and then once the zombies start getting a little too close for comfort, then you start throwing down your attackers, let them take care of them, then just keep building your sunflowers along the way behind all your attackers. You're definitely going to want to use the vines, use the walls, that'll slow them down so you can get your sunflowers built up. And then once you have that, it's pretty much cake. But yeah, the stranglers, pretty much going to pick them right up off the ground. They also have a pretty fair amount of health, so they'll be able to take a beating, as you can see here. All of them are wailing on them. Another huge thing you're going to want to use is the pumpkins. After you get this many sunflowers down, you should be pretty well on your way, but if it seems as though you may even have the slightest chance of losing, just throw down a pumpkin on one of the big guys, and as long as there's a bunch of little guys within the range of the pumpkin, it's going to completely devastate everything within the general area. So yeah, as you can see here, this is my general setup. Of course, as you lay down the walls, if they don't get broke down all the way, it'll kind of alter your setup a little bit. But pretty much what I like to do is two rows of sunflowers, 2 rows of the spitters, and then you have the plants that'll actually slow down their attack and also their movement speed a little bit more, so it gives time for your attackers to actually shoot them down. And then after that, as soon as you can get solar power to create more of the strangler vines, just keep throwing them down in any spot that you have open. Because it's going to stop them, it's going to pick up the big guys, throw them around a little bit so they can't be beating on all your other ones. And like I said, if you get to the point where you have 2 rows of sunflowers, you should be pretty well set. Just keep throwing down anything you possibly can. As you can see here, they're going to throw a couple different waves. When the abominations come, that's where you're really going to want to use your pumpkins, because they will just completely destroy everything that you have put down, and then you'll wonder why you lost, and you'll be pretty pissed off. So yeah, as you can see, the abominations, depending on the hits that you get on them with the pumpkins, may need to use 1 or 2. 3 you really shouldn't need to use unless you miss ones, obviously. Strangler vines, however, can't pick up the abominations. They will, draw their attacks if it's directly in front of them, and they will still, hit them somewhat, but, they're not very effective against them. So like I said, just keep throwing the pumpkins down, and that should take care of any of the bigger guys, and just let your little guys just keep pounding on them, chip away at their health, and, that should definitely help you. Also, if they get through 1 row, the mower will take them down. You get 1 chance in each row. After that, if they get through that row again, then, like I said, they go into your house and eat your brains. So, here's the big guy at the end. I kind of skipped the first few rounds because they're extremely boring if you know the basics of the game. It gets extremely easy. This guy is going to throw little hammers or whatever he throws, and it'll just take out certain plants that he has targeted. Just keep building them up as you go, and then he's going to throw down these, they're kind of like protection totem type things to where your flowers can't shoot at them. So, as you can see, the stranglers, as long as you have them down, they're going to pick them up to where your flowers will still be able to attack. And huge thing on him, just keep throwing down the pumpkins, because I mean, they do throw some little guys at you, but I actually found that this level with the end boss for some reason was easier than, you know, round 4, which, you know, I just thought was pretty crazy, because they throw, you know, they throw all kinds of abominations and bigger guys and a bunch of little guys with them. This one's pretty much just a bunch of little guys, as long as you beat them down fast enough. Like I said, don't get worried, just keep building up your sunflowers. Even if they get through one of your flowers, you can always rebuild them. You need the at least 2 rows of sunflowers. You're going to want to pick up them green orbs. They will give you extra solar power, you know, as compared to the typical little yellow ones. And yeah, so I mean, pretty much just going to keep beating on them with your little flowers. Anytime you get a chance, throw down a pumpkin, make sure you throw it on him where he's going to step on it, and then you drop him, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys.